I chose to interview Lynn Baker. I used to work with Lynn at Goody's a couple months ago. Her real name is Adam Lynn Yating Pegas. She is from the Philippines. She was born in Ozamas City, January 26, 1972. She's lived there her whole life until she decided to move to America. Her family is big, I would say. She has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. She was very close with everybody. They have a lot of values in that country. Well, I mean, I guess her specific family did, but she said overall that's how it is. School was very important to her. Her mom was a teacher. She really enjoyed completing her work and hanging out with friends. She was a very good student, obviously. Her favorite teacher taught her independence and how to succeed. She said that had a lot to do with why she moved to America, because she knew it was just a wealthier country to be in. Experience was very positive, and she was always very organized in things that she had done. Her religion was Catholic, which in the Philippines, around 80% of people were Catholic. I got that information off of the CIA website, which there was a lot of informational statistics that I found on there about temperature and how it's always hot down there, and the temperature normally doesn't change very much. I also found in an article that their high moral values is more pertaining to like women and staying faithful and saving sex when they're married and just being really positive leaders. Their traditions in the Philippines I found very interesting. Lynn still gets excited about them, and she still tries to do some family events here. Her family is very close, like I mentioned before, but they tend to have barrio fiestas, just larger parties with family and friends. She tries to do that up here, but obviously there's not enough for her family. One big tradition that she told me she enjoys is she still sends her family money. Every check she gets, she sends them a couple $100s. Because like I said, in the Philippines you are either really poor or really rich, and her family tend to be what she calls really poor. She eats with her hands is a tradition to her. She doesn't do it in public, but she said at home she still tends to do that. She also, her main course is rice and seafood. Seafood not so much here because it's not fresh. It obviously tastes a lot different than it does there. Rice is very spiritual to them. They think it has certain meanings. They tend to have fiestas that involve rice and other things of that nature. They don't eat it for the nutritional value. They eat it more or less because they think it's the right thing to do. Some miscellaneous facts about Lynn. Her nickname is Tata, means middle child. Her family, she said, gave everybody nicknames. That's just how they had done things when she was little. She never expected to live in another country when she moved up here. She worked at county jail. She did go to college and get a degree. She said that she wanted to do something different than from her family. She didn't see a lot of success in the Philippines. When she got here, she did get married, but she decided to get divorced from him after a couple years. She's gotten remarried and has a 5-year-old son. She still continues to feel out of place. She says she feels like an alien because she looks different. Her English isn't quite where it needs to be yet, even though she's been here for many years. She also says that she enjoys going down to visit her family, but it costs her roughly $5,000 every time she tries to fly a round trip. In conclusion, how the Philippines are really different from how we are is money. I believe the religious factors are a lot stronger over there. Their family traditions are a lot different than ours. We don't tend to eat just one main course, for example, the rice or anything of that nature. Their values are huge. The article that I did read on the values in the Philippines was very strong in the marriage and the saving sex till later and all that stuff. One last thing to conclude everything, Lynn gave me a term at the end of our interview, and she said knowledge is power. She said that's what she's always lived off of. She said the more you know, the better off you are. She said in the Philippines you have to have knowledge and it gets you a lot further. She said it's a lot different than it is here, but the less you know there, the less that you have. So that is Lynn Baker and the Philippine culture.